Alright, looks like we're back and looks like the stream is doing just fine, so I'm not gonna be touching it. Everything looks okay. I'm just gonna open the Twitch chat on my phone here. Oof. So I can see what's going on in the Twitch chat. Welcome, welcome again to Scorpion and to Metagame System. How are you? And thank you for your patience. Well, let's jump right into it. What we're gonna be watching, as I said, is gonna be a master's level of PvP, and it's going to be WizdOm versus etmajo. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. Okay, stream's looking stable. I'm very happy right now. We're in the loading screen. But I wanted to concede my... Huh? Wait. Yeah. Well, so right now WizdOm in the Twitch chat is typing for a player who wants to play basically all of his games, and WizdOm wanted to concede 2 of them, but he literally didn't let him to, because he's a fighting spirit, and I don't know who he is actually, because there's so many players and I cannot remember all of them. But a fighting spirit is always a good thing, especially in StarCraft 2. And talking about fighting spirits, in the top left corner, this is the currently teamless purple Protoss with Tal'Darim skins. Let me hear ya for etmajo. And his opponent, a representative of RBP3, actually the biggest Bulgarian clan at this point. And etmajo's opponent, the yellow Protoss player as well with Tal'Darim buildings. This is WizdOm. He is very known. He's very well known for his shenanigans and very tricky builds, especially with stalkers. And I know he's very good in PvP, but I've never had or almost never actually had the pleasure to see him play PvP, so that's gonna change now. We see. Speaking about shenanigans, this pylon here even got cancelled, making some fuzz, and actually the probe didn't manage to go out and place the second nexus. And actually WizdOm telling us his story about his opponent. He's actually talking about Universe, which I am not sure of his race, but I know good things of him, and I think we have a game of his in the casting queue. Not entirely sure, but we see some very good micro here from WizdOm, actually sniping 2 of those stalkers already, and these sentries look very endangered too. Now even pulls the probes here, trying to defend the pylon and the second nexus, but two more stalkers coming to help. Two stalkers are gonna come out for etmajo anytime, but oh boy, this is looking very not good for the purple Protoss, and this is not really the situation you want to be in. The stalker, a bit careless here from WizdOm, but he's actually managing to do quite a good damage. One stalker goes down, and this is actually the first unit that goes down for WizdOm right now. 4 stalkers from 4 stalkers and a sentry, so WizdOm should be forced to retreat. Can't. Ooh, the stalker. Oh, it's gonna be free. No. Okay, he saves it. And Scorpion has arrived. Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, right now we're streaming from our partner's office, and as some might know it, RBP3's hub, speaking of the team. So Scorpion, who is our good moderator, just entered the room, and he might say hello at the end of this game. So we see etmajo here bringing out an immortal, so this is gonna get a lot trickier for her WizdOm to deal with, especially with the immortal. 2 sentries, so they can cause a lot of displacement in WizdOm's army, who is only on 1 base, so he's pretty much all in with these stalkers. Okay, let's see, triggering the shield, so the immortal now will go down pretty quickly and didn't do nearly the damage he was expected to, but going up this ramp is very tricky. Another immortal goes down, goes out actually, and oof. Okay, that's a weird fight, definitely. Oh, focus fire on the hallucination by WizdOm, which was not a great decision, but this immortal needs to go down because the damage output of it is tremendous, and WizdOm cannot fight with it, so not the best situation for both of them actually. Blink is gonna finish very soon, so this is gonna give a lot more mobility to the stalker army of WizdOm, and etmajo on the other side of the map is trying to go for that macro play. He's trying to set up his base, but an offensive blink actually surrounding the stalkers, the immortal, and this is a GG. WizdOm takes game 1 with whew, what a game, guys. Yeah, wow. I really want to see what's going to happen in game 2, because right now WizdOm is probably in etmajo's head, so let's see. Yeah, Scorpion's here. You want to show yourself on camera?
As Vladoman announced already, our partners is doing a lot with StarCraft, so let me demonstrate a few little things that we have. This is model, 3D printed model of Hydra. We organized a few tournaments with Blizzard, so this is Reina's badge. This is one of the things that we are very proud to be, what's the word?
To have?
Yeah, to have.
Yeah.
So, the other hand, okay. Enjoy the games, good luck with them.
Something that actually Scorpion didn't mention is that we also have a probe plushie on the other side of the room, which is absolutely great, and when you shake it a little bit, it makes noises. Whoa! So yeah, this is it.
That's what we call a probe. This is how a probe feels when it recalls to a Nexus.
That's how it works. It can also actually be like the warping of a prism, from a prism. This is a thing that should be clipped right here, right now, guys. So with the probe here and with this amazing PvP going on, jumping into game 2 right now. Ladies and gentlemen, in the bottom right corner of Nightshade, I promise you I know all the directions. This is the yellow Protoss with the Taurin skins, who beautifully took game 1 with his one base actually all in. This is WizdOm, or metagame system in the Twitch chat if you're watching. If you're watching the VOD, the live cast. And his opponent in the top left corner, the purple Protoss etmajo, who needs to get this game 2 in order to make the score equal. But even though he still has time, I mean, even if he loses this one, he can always take the next 2, even though it's gonna be, well, a lot harder for him. No unit lost from both of them, and WizdOm here trying to mine some minerals, cancel, actually take a patch for himself, so it reduces his opponent's mining. I like this technique, and I like the way it's more annoying that actually does something, but still it's very effective. It makes your opponent a little bit nervous. And actually, is etmajo gonna forget about this probe? And the other question I'm having is WizdOm gonna try and block once again the path here? Well, probably not, because right now etmajo makes this probe patrol, so the ramp stays free. The probe here of etmajo goes down, and 2 adepts are going into the purple Protoss's base. A sentry is the unit of choice for etmajo, as well as a stalker, so these adepts are gonna have a hard time going into the main base. But let's see what's going to happen. They're gonna bump into the stalker. Shade trying to get into the main base, but shield battery actually here, so this is not gonna be the best thing for not for etmajo, but more like for WizdOm. But actually one adept goes in, and it's probably gonna try and take some probes. A hallucination colossus, which is honestly amazing. Ooh. The probe manages to hide in the assimilator. Actually, etmajo with great assimilator micro, managing to get the probes into it and out just before the adept shot, and the sentries managed to deal with the adepts quite beautifully. The hallucination colossus disappears right before it takes a shot on these stalkers. But right now, actually, WizdOm is ahead in supply, or ahead in workers more like, which is more important on this stage of the game. We see hallucination phoenix. Maybe the colossus was a misclick actually. I wonder if etmajo is gonna try and do maybe some damage with these stalkers and marines and sentries, but we see actually that WizdOm is gonna be the one doing aggression. There is an oracle, but there are 2 stalkers to greet it. The 4 stalkers are not gonna do that much damage, especially versus this army. So WizdOm needs to be very, very careful right now. because he's usually the one to take on the offensive, on the offense, but it's gonna be a little tricky this time. The Oracle goes down even, which is a huge pickoff for etmajo. WizdOm is forced to go back, and he needs to focus on macro. He is 5 workers ahead, so this is a very good thing for him. A Prism and a +1 for the purple Protoss. And the big engage with 5 Sentry, Stalkers and an Immortal. Right now WizdOm needs a lot of things. He needs to defend very well. He needs to make some more Stalkers. The Immortal, yeah, this Immortal is gonna be essential actually. The Phoenix Hallucination Scouts sees what's going on. The Immortal is out, so this is gonna be very, very crucial for his survival in this game actually. I'd like to see 2 more Stalkers being warped in and maybe, I don't know, an air unit of some sort. Ooh, but very good force fields, loses 3 Stalkers, which is something WizdOm cannot afford at this point. And the Immortal doing so much damage. And the Prism for reinforcements, WizdOm is forced to pull the boys. And this Immortal is actually not even close to being dead. More and more warp pins. This shield battery has no energy. The Immortal is gonna go down. Oh no! The Stalkers are gonna go down before the Immortal, but the Immortal eventually goes down. Oh no! And this is not looking great for WizdOm. And I think we're getting closer and closer to the GG. 2 Stalkers and another Immortal, but this one's still alive, and 3 Adepts to tank some damage. The Stalkers, oof. The Adepts are gonna shade in, which means that etmajo, or actually WizdOm, needs to defend on 2 fronts now. The second base is gonna go down while WizdOm is trying to defend from the Adepts. A lot of workers went down as well. More and more reinforcements for this Prism. Block on the ramp, and the Nexus is down. etmajo decides to retreat actually. Don't want to risk it, and wants to focus on economy instead. And why shouldn't he? I mean, he's on 2 bases. He got 7 workers lead. He got army lead. He's literally so much ahead, and when you're ahead, get even more ahead. I like the way etmajo plays, and I like how WizdOm is not giving up and trying his bestest even in this dire situation. etmajo now decides to go for a second engagement. The Immortals here and the Prism trying to do some damage. Ooh, focus fire on the Prism actually, and this Immortal is gonna go down. This one is gonna go down as well, so this is actually a huge pickoff for WizdOm, because right now etmajo has literally no Immortals on the battlefield, and WizdOm has 2. So this fight is gonna be much more defendable if he didn't lose the Prism. Oh boy, this was not good. This was actually very, very bad. And WizdOm actually takes the initiative here, trying to make some damage. Even gonna pick off a Stalker. But on the other side of the map, an Immortal is in the protection tab, as well as 2 Adepts. Some shield batteries ready to defend. And what is going on, guys? The 2 Immortals are gonna be crucial, but there's an Immortal for etmajo as well, and WizdOm, I don't think he should take this engagement. The probes are on the battlefield as well. There's no Prism for WizdOm to evacuate, and this Immortal is gonna go down. The other's gonna go down as well. And oof, is he gonna be able to save it? Not without the cost of a Stalker, and even another one. Maybe WizdOm overextended here, which was not good, which was actually very bad. This Immortal is in danger, and the Stalkers keep pursuing it. 2 more Stalkers here, but the Immortal has no shields. The barrier is online, but I mean, more and more reinforcements are gonna go down. These are adepts, which are not very easy to kill, and this with Immortal dealing damage, I don't think WizdOm is gonna be able to defend this 2 times in a row. The Immortal is gonna go down, and this is GG. Etmajo equals the result. The score, more like. Both players being tied up in very close series. They're literally breathing in each other's necks. And oh boy. And hello to another TV viewer, Kalimo Elemental Lord. Are those bots as well? Huh. I don't know. But anyway, let's jump into game number 3, because I'm very, very excited to see what's going on with these awesome players. We're into the loading screen. Probius is excited. I am as well. He keeps making noises. Alright guys, let's jump into game number 3. Ladies and gentlemen, in the top left corner of Triton, this is the purple Protoss who managed to equal the score in the previous game on Nightshade, but this time it's on the snowy map. Let me hear you for Etmajo! And his opponent, who is going for a Forge first, so this is gonna be a clown fiesta. Prepare to meet the cannon rush of the yellow Protoss, WizdOm. The probe is going in, and we all know what's going to happen. Oh, actually, the second probe is already here. Etmajo doesn't see the pylon. Oh, he doesn't know, but he makes a full wall actually, but this probe is already in. So, oh boy, he needs to make, yep, a pylon. He needs to save the probe. Okay, manages to get it all out of these probes' grip. He needs to build another cannon, and he needs to do it now, because now he's gonna be, oh boy, the probe on the high ground was destroyed, which is very, very bad. I mean, there are cannons and everything, but he cannot really fight this. I mean, these cannons are gonna get ready, and WizdOm's only hope is that this pylon is gonna go down before these cannons finish up, so the probe can go into the main base and keep building cannons. Okay, it's actually gonna go. It's actually gonna happen, but oh boy, the probe gets destroyed, and it looks like this is gonna be the end of this cannon rush. Not the best way you want it to end, right? This cannon is unpowered, and right now Etmajo is basically free to do whatever he wants. And WizdOm, he invested a lot in this. I mean, yeah, he's gonna build a gateway, and now he's gonna build a cyber core, but he's, well, 3 cannons behind essentially. A Stalker is gonna appear on the battlefield for Etmajo, and WizdOm needs to deal with that, and he needs to deal with that ASAP. As you can see, he's building a second gateway and a cyber core of his own. He's probably gonna place some cannons for defense here as well. The Stalker's out, and will be able to fight these cannons, and more importantly this pylon, which is gonna depower them. We see, by the way, a robo and a gateway on a proxy location on 6 o'clock, very close to WizdOm's base. He is building a Stalker. He's probably, yep, he's building another one, actually a Sentry, excuse me. But is it gonna be enough? The robo's in the production tab, but it's halfway, actually 1/3 done, while Etmajo's robo is almost done. Two stalkers are moving across the map in order to attack WizdOm's location, and maybe he needs to build a cannon here to better secure this ramp, because this ramp is basically the only thing that's gonna keep him in the game. He checks for proxies and stuff, but what he doesn't know is that the proxy is actually right here. One stalker, two more, a prism actually, which is gonna basically give these stalkers the blink ability. Whew. WizdOm's gonna check for proxies and he's gonna find them. And he knows things are not looking great. He has one force field energy, but the pylon is gonna go down, which probably means supply block. Well, not just yet, but well, soon. WizdOm needs shield batteries and not those pylons. He needs to do something to reinforce his position. And etmajo actually gonna transport the stalkers into the main base and attack on two fronts, an Immortal in the production tab, but actually the Immortal is out for WizdOm. He takes advantage of the forge he has built and actually starts +1 attack. Whew. Actually, WizdOm defending very well. Probably he didn't want to lose the stalker, but it is what it is. And etmajo actually in a pretty all-in-ish strategy here, but there is he really has the chance to pull it off. Oof. But with this prism there's only two immortals and this is not enough. He needs to be very careful. He needs to protect these immortals. Okay, so the prism is out, which is going to give a lot of mobility. Both players have prism now. Actually, look how bigger this prism looks in comparison to this one. Okay, enough distractions. There's a shield battery, which means infinite life. Until there's energy, so no more infinite life. Oops. For etmajo, more and more units being warped from both players, but WizdOm is actually some workers behind. But then again, he doesn't really need more workers, because I mean, look at the extra workers that etmajo has. They literally do nothing. So the zealot here is gonna tank a lot of damage, which is great for etmajo. But with this prism, whew, look how mobile this army is. And WizdOm's prism is on the other side of the map, but I don't think this is a very bright idea from him, because oof. And with all those prisms, with all those shield batteries, WizdOm needs to defend right now. One immortal goes down, the second one is lifted off and is gonna do basically infinite damage. This prism here is, well, standing, but there's actually nothing it can do. Ooh, this immortal is in danger. Oh no! Oh my god. This is very unwell looking for WizdOm. But right now he's actually trying to attack etmajo's economy. He has no bank, so this means no units for him. But on the other side of the map, WizdOm needs to produce something, whatever it is, literally. Ooh, oh well, no income for etmajo whatsoever, so he's very all in. 4 sentries? I'm not sure this is a very good idea. I mean, yeah, some force fields went down, but what was the point at the end of the day? I mean, look at this prism. It can basically teleport units whatever it wants. In these depths where, yeah, they stopped the income of etmajo, but right now they're more of a waste of supply and resources. The probes are gonna try and deal with them, but I don't think the probes are in very good position to deal with this, and looks like etmajo is gonna lose his whole mineral line, especially with WizdOm's micro, excuse me. Whew. The probes do a lot of damage, but look at this. I mean, a lot of damage going down into WizdOm's army, WizdOm's base, excuse me. And this Immortal is so low on health. And the micro from etmajo is perfect at this point. Ooh, one Immortal goes down, and the second one is on a hit, and okay, so this is GG. WizdOm actually manages to take game 3 in the biggest plot twist I've ever seen in PvP, honestly. Very, very well played by our teammate here at RoboPythons. Guys, I can't wait to see game 4. I mean, I was thinking about talking some stuff, but honestly, I really, really want to see what's gonna happen. So, a quick shout out to our match arena pages. While the loading screen is on the in-game scene, type ! match arena to donate with the codes, and let's jump right into game 4. Oops. Sorry. I thought I unmuted myself with the hotkey, but oh well. Well, we're gonna be presenting the players once again. So, very quickly, in the top left corner, the player who managed to defeat his opponent in the previous game with an amazing defense of his base and an even more amazing harassment at the same time. This is the representative of RBP3, WizdOm, who is going for a sneaky proxy pylon here, and etmajo is totally unaware of it. And speaking of the player in the bottom right corner, I already said his nickname, but it doesn't matter. He needs your support in order to tie the series. This is etmajo. Whoa. They're both going for Stalker first, with the only difference that etmajo is going for a Sentry as his second unit, while WizdOm is going for a second Stalker. So this is gonna give him some more harassment options. Maybe he'll be able to do some more pressure. This pylon is done, and the pylon here again blocking and annoying etmajo, but in the end of the day it got cancelled. Actually, the Sentry found this proxy pylon, so it's not gonna do much work to WizdOm after all. I thought this is gonna be very interesting play, but it seems that etmajo managed to catch the sneaky pylon. The probe actually returning to the base? I thought there's gonna be a second pylon here. Maybe somewhere here or here. I don't know. Oh, never mind. Here it is. Everything's good. WizdOm's proxying. We know everything is gonna be fine when we see WizdOm doing a proxy. Actually, this is gonna be the same thing that happened in game 1, probably. Looks like it by the Twilight Council, the Mass Stalker composition. But thing is, etmajo saw that as well, so he knows what's going on. He's already placing down a shield battery, a second hallucinated phoenix in order to confirm his suspicions. The robo's done, so we're probably gonna see an immortal anytime, any minute now. Here it is. Actually, I was wrong. WizdOm's not doing the blink stalker all in. He's doing a brand new adept all in, and I like the way he actually baited his opponent, because right now etmajo saw only stalkers, no adepts whatsoever, and in the mid time, WizdOm is researching glaives, as well as adding 2 more gateways to his arsenal and a third one here. So WizdOm's probably gonna start warping in adepts like crazy and shade right into etmajo's base. I like how he's keeping this probe here just in case, in order to build a pylon exactly because of those adepts. But right now this shade, not shade but hallucination more like, is gonna scout. It's gonna see the Twilight Council is researching something, but well, he doesn't know what it is. Is he gonna see the huge amount of adepts? Nope, not really. He sees no army, which means that the army is somewhere else, and this somewhere else is towards his opponent's base. 2 adepts trying to go into the main base, but etmajo quick to react. Actually, the two adepts warping in and dealing damage. 3 force fields going down, but he took a lot of probes already, and the shades go right on top of the army, but there's no immortal, and this immortal keeps on living to 2 shield batteries. Oh boy. Oh, but actually the adepts go in, so this means more probe kills. The immortal is gonna try and stop them, but the immortal doesn't do very well versus adepts. Does it? He's gonna try and kill some more probes. He sees +1 for etmajo finishing up, and right now etmajo is actually looking pretty great in this matchup so far. More adepts ready to shade in, but actually these probes are gonna get absolutely massacred. Ooh, the zealots go down as well. More and more probes going down, but these shield batteries are doing wonders right now. A big shade in, actually targeting the immortals, but doesn't do that much damage to it. And the quick beautiful dodge. 3 mortals on the battlefield. The adepts are shading, the probes are in disarray. And right now WizdOm needs to do some mining and teching actually himself, because he cannot stay on adepts forever, considering the fact that etmajo has +1, he has immortals and the superior tech and basically literally everything. Let's see what's going to happen. WizdOm trying to warp in once again, but these adepts are actually in danger, and I'm not sure they're gonna live to see their shades finish. Well, one of them didn't, that's for sure. +2 halfway done. etmajo looking phenomenal in this game. A warp prism on the way, and I'm not sure WizdOm has anything to defend this. He is massing zealots, so this is interesting, definitely. But let's see what's going to happen. The adepts are getting back into the base. He needs to defend, and he needs to make some upgrades ASAP, because soon etmajo is gonna be with a 2 upgrades lead, which is definitely not the best thing you want, especially versus those 3 immortals. The probe wants to go for a 3rd base probably, but maybe now is not the best time, since WizdOm needs to make everything possible to defend this engagement from etmajo here. Let's see, the army, 2 immortals, 6 stalkers, and 2 zealots. an Archon is warping in, but 3 Archons are ready for WizdOm, and whew, this is gonna be tough. And right now, actually, etmajo is forced to attack and forced to win this fight because WizdOm is economically ahead, but right now he's actually ahead in everything. Army supply, workers count, and this engage was absolutely massacred. The Immortals, oof, tried to kill the Prism, but this is GG. WizdOm takes game 3, and the result is 3-1 for our teammate from RoboPartons. GG WizdOm, very well played. I really enjoyed casting that, even though I'm a Terran myself and don't understand much about the PvP, excuse me. Whew. Well, thank you so much for watching us, guys. Thank you for the awesome games that were submitted. It was an absolute pleasure to cast all of that, actually, and whoa, what a game. I mean, what last 2 games, especially the one on Triton, it was so freaking close, and I still don't know how WizdOm took it. By the way, be sure to check out the YouTube channel because everything gets uploaded there. Here it is. Okay, so this is gonna be pretty much it. Once again, thank you for watching. I was Vladoman and you were watching StarCraft 2 Amateur Championship. Don't forget to have an amazing Friday tomorrow or today. Depends in which continent you are. Thank you so much for watching. I'm out.